Oh, good morning. 7:37 AM 990 KWAM. It's Memphis this morning. Tuesday morning shaping up pretty nicely so far. June the 14th, 77 degrees. Let's Talk Growth with Triumph Bank. Tracy Strickland and guests. Here's your host, George Bryant.
Thank you, John, and welcome to our studios. And it is Tuesday, and you know what that means. That means let's talk growth. Yeah, it is hot. Let's talk growth, though, 7:30 on Tuesday with Triumph Bank and our special host, Tracy Strickland. Welcome,
Good
Tracy.
morning, George. How are you this morning?
Man, I'm doing great. I'm getting used to this weather now.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we live in Memphis. We should definitely get used to it. But,
it's
summer's hit for sure.
It is summertime, and let's talk growth. A lot of great things going on at Triumph Bank, and we're celebrating 10-year anniversary.
Our decade of growth. We're going to have some more ice cream today at our Poplar office from 2 to 4, and we're going to be in Arlington from 2 to 4 having some ice cream tomorrow afternoon. Come and join us. But we really wanted to talk about a real special part of our bank, and that's our mortgage company. June is actually National Home Ownership Month. Didn't realize that.
I tell you, that's we could celebrate that any month.
Absolutely. Proud to be a homeowner. But I brought in Ryan Gass. He's one of our mortgage loan originators. He is a pro in this business, and I just am thrilled to have him as our special guest today.
Welcome, Ryan.
Appreciate you having me on today.
Yeah, it's great having you in the in the house, as we say.
Yeah.
And so, mortgage business. I understand that the purchasing of homes have really on fire. So, have you been pretty busy, seeing a lot of action?
We've had a great month so far for the month of June, and we're already focused in on July.
Wow!
Try to be ahead of the curve there, and so that way our clients have a smooth transaction. We don't want it to come down to the last minute for them, and because that's neither fun for me nor them. So we try to provide that experience every time we go into.
What do you think is the unique element that you offer as opposed to other mortgage companies?
Myself, I would say the experience is there, as well as just the availability in caring for the client. I know a lot of people say that. I feel that myself and my assistant, Barbara Hampton, really carry that out. And she's just a special lady that helps me. She's my work mom, is what I like to call her. I play the bad cop. She plays a good cop. And together we get the deals done. And she just has it. She has patience of Job, whereas myself, I'm a little bit more high-strung and a little bit more in your face, where she's just more laid back, but she gets the job done. So,
do you think the mortgage lending is a lot more creative elements today than what maybe they used to be years ago, as far as it used to be like a VA loan or THDA, different types of loans, and now they're 5-year, 10, 15, 30,
as far as everything is concerned today, I feel that there's actually there's more programs, but I also feel that it's definitely not what we had in the mid to early 2000s. And actually, I don't want to ever see it go back there, because I don't think we want another big housing bubble. But I feel that there is a program pretty much for everybody if people are credit worthy or willing to put in the time to become credit worthy.
See, that's a really good point, being credit worthy. Well, we got to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about that and all the other great things you guys are doing over at Triumph Bank and the mortgage division. We're talking with Ryan Guess on AM 990.
990 KWAM. It's Memphis this morning for your Tuesday morning, June the 14th. Let's Talk Growth with Tracy Strickland. And here's your host, George Bryant.
Thank you, John, and welcome back to our studio. We've got our spotlight turning bright today on Triumph Bank, their 10th anniversary. A lot of celebration going on, and a great story about a local community bank here in Memphis where they're really very personal. They cover you in supporting if you're a business, if you're an individual, and today we're talking about another division within the bank, and that's with the mortgage division. And our host here today is Tracy Strickland. Welcome back, Tracy.
Thanks, George. Well, home ownership is one of those things that you can be most proud of. And sometimes it can be daunting when you've not owned a home before. How do you begin that process? And having somebody like Ryan and the members of our mortgage team be able to really hold their hand through that process and walk them through what it's like. We've got other customers clearly who have been in a home their whole life and have been saving to have that dream home or that vacation home. So we really provide some customized solutions, and just so glad that Ryan's here to be able to talk and maybe share a couple of stories about how we've been able to work with customers specifically.
Yeah, I'd love to hear about that. Ryan, I know I read a statistic that a lot of the younger generation, they don't even think that they can own a home in the future.
Yeah, that seems to be quite the issue with the millennial generation currently. Is they're coming out of school with a massive amount of student loan debt,
right.
and there are, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, there are some issues that pertain to that, but there are a lot of instances, not even with the millennial generation, but even we're doing first-time home loans for baby boomers. People that are in their 50s right now actually buying their very first home.
Wow.
And it's funny, people think, oh, well, am I too old to buy a home? We just recently had a gentleman that was 82 years old. Of course, this wasn't his first home, but recently bought a new home at 82
That's
years
cool.
old. And, that's one of those instances that it's always fun to go through that process with somebody, because you get to learn it from a different perspective than, always dealing with the same, basic individual. And to be able to do something for that individual, it just makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside, per se.
I could imagine. So you have a specific story or something you could share with us that how you help somebody through the process?
Just recently, we had a first-time home buyer come through, and she was a referral. And she needed what I would call a little bit more hand-holding, per se. And she... I don't know how to technically put it. She is a little bit more special needs, and but she had a heart of gold. I got the phone call and I started talking to this young lady, and she'd been working hard her whole life, and I was like, we got to help this lady out. And through talking with her, I put her mainly with Barbara. Barbara has the patience to deal with individuals and spend that extra time with them and hold their hand. And I want to say throughout the process, Barbara's probably spent about 12 hours with this young lady. And most companies, if they see that coming down their way,
on.
They're like, I'm sorry, I can't help you. But Barbara, she just went above and beyond with this young lady, and we got her to the finish line, and she was, of course, just thrilled about the whole situation. And even Barbara, after that aspect had occurred, she went and bought this young lady a house plant so that for her new home, she didn't have to do that. She didn't ask me for the money. She just made a point of doing that. And that's the type of special stories we like. That's the type of people that we are, Barbara and I. And we like to go that extra mile for the client. We don't just say, okay, well, we don't have time for you, move on. We want to take each person and make sure they feel like they're our only client for that point in time.
It sounds like the kind of folks I want to work with.
Yeah.
Ryan Guess with the Mortgage Division with Triumph Bank. You're listening to Let's Talk Growth. We'll be right back with some more inside information about a mortgage and owning your own home. You're listening to AM 990.
7:52 at AM 990. KWAM, it's Memphis This Morning. Let's Talk Growth. Triumph Bank, Tracy Strickland, and your host, George Bryant.
Thank you, John, and welcome back to our studios. Let's Talk Growth. We do that every Tuesday at 7:30 in the morning with special guest Tracy Strickland, our host. And then today, like always, you're bringing in one of the great people that work, that make it all happen at Triumph Bank.
Ryan's a key player in our team, and I'm so glad that he's here. And Sunday's Father's Day, and he just had his third baby girl come into the world. So
lucky man.
He's got his hands full in more ways than one. Yeah.
3 girls?
3 girls.
Oh, Lord.
8 years, 4 years, and
you're blessed.
7 weeks. Yes.
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
You'll be heading for the man cave.
It was interesting. We were talking yesterday. I said, Ryan, what motivates you? Like every day to get up in the morning and work. And I loved his answer. Do you mind sharing?
Yeah, when my wife is a stay-at-home wife, and every day that I wake up, I know I have to provide for those 4 ladies. And when I look at those kids in the eyes and know that I need to go and give it my all every day, because otherwise there is no all, so I need to go out there and work my hardest to provide for them. And provide the lifestyle that I like to provide for them, and know that I'm giving it for them. This isn't about me. This is about my family, and especially those 3 little girls that are at home.
That's an inspiration moment right there.
It
Well
is.
said.
Well, it's just so true. I think
Yep.
sometimes you think that it's just mortgage business, I guess, is a little bit more of a transactional business because you deal, you're working with one customer, and once they buy their home, you may not, spend that much time with them anymore. Although if they become a bank customer, that'd be wonderful as well. But I mean, it's just Ryan. It really turns the ear on really what it is to become that relationship person on the mortgage side. And he and Barbara do such a brilliant job on that. And so, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Hey, Ryan, we just have a couple more minutes. What's a tip about getting your, if you want to getting your credit, in the right place to be able to apply for a mortgage?
Well, one of the things that we do is we realize that not everybody is meant to be a homeowner right now. And some people are just never meant to be a homeowner. But if a client is willing to put forth the effort to become a homeowner, what we recommend them doing is making an application. And if they're not quite ready, I kind of outline to them a game plan to go from point A to point B, and then just straightforward with them. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't say, oh, you're going to be ready to go in a month when you know they're not going to. I also require those individuals to come to my office after I've pulled the credit if they're not quite there, because that tells me if you come to visit me in my office that you actually want to move forward. If you can't make the time to do that, you're not serious about it. But we're willing to give you that time, even though we're not making any money off of you, and we're giving of our time and potentially, losing another deal. I'd rather know that I gave my all to that individual and poured into them the knowledge that I've learned over the years, so that they can go from point A to point B and living the so-called American dream of owning a home.
Right. And it takes a little planning. So, see, that's a really smart way to go is if you're thinking you'd like to own a home in the next 4 or 5 years,
Yep.
Well, and then
give Ryan a call.
Depends on what you're looking for. We do have some customized products that we are just now coming out with that, depending on what your situation is, Ryan can, point you in the right direction to that.
What's the number everybody could reach you at, Ryan?
My direct line at the office is 901-746-5308. I won't give out my cell phone number, but until you call me, but you can definitely reach me there at the office pretty much all the time. And a lot of times when I'm not in the office, I take my job so seriously. I actually roll my office line over to my cell phone because I want to be able to provide that experience that everybody should get.
That is awesome. And you can always on the website probably
it's
find
TriumphBank.com, and there's a mortgage link, or you can go directly to TriumphMortgage.com. And if you're interested just to hear more, there's an application, just a little data gathering information form that you can fill out on the website, and Ryan or one of our other loan officers can get back with you. There's some really neat financial calculators on that site. There's some interesting information about our products. So just check out the website first. Reach out to Ryan if you're
Ryan,
interested.
thanks for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
It's been great, and we've got some free ice cream going on over at Poplar and I-240.
Poplar, I-240, $56.99 Poplar.
Part of the big
today.
celebration,
Come on over. Yes.
Today, free ice cream at Triumph Bank.
Say no more.
Yes.
Let's talk growth. Tracy, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thanks a ton. We'll see you next
And
week.
Ryan,
Thank you.
y'all have a great day. You're listening to AM 990.